So today we want to discuss a very, very nice topic, bearing. What is it? A bearing is an angle. So today we want to look at a very, very nice topic, bearings. What is a bearing? First and foremost, it is an angle measured clockwise from the north direction, and it is usually expressed using 3 digits. Let's look at directions. We know conventionally normally translate that, so north, up north, down south, right? Now we have our east direction. Now we have our west direction. Right? So east to the right of the page, west to the left of the page, north up, south down. So bearings. So if you have a point, any point, the bearing that would not usually take the angle from the north direction. Okay. Now, very importantly, before we can tackle some problems, we need to know how to represent related problems graphically in terms of when bearings are given. So we want to begin with first looking at how we draw a graph or a diagram when we are given the bearing from a point. Let's look at some examples. If I say the bearing of B from A is 40 degrees. How do I represent that on a diagram? The bearing of B from A is 40 degrees. How do I represent that? The first thing that we need to do is indicate a point where you're coming from. So the first point you lay down is where you are coming from. So where are you coming from? Coming from A, right? So if you're coming from A, you want to first establish the north of A. Straight line going up. So you're coming from A. So represent the point A, like that. And of course you have a north. And sometimes you're going to find out it's very helpful when you extend your line a little bit down. So go down south a little bit. Alright? Before I continue this diagram, one thing is very important. If you're coming from north, then you start count. By the way, in a clockwise direction, you start counting from here the angles. So 0, and then this would be what? It's a 90 degree. So it would be 90 degrees. Alright? And then the next 90. So you have 180. And then you have a next 90. So this would be 270 degrees. And then you have a complete turn. Complete end up. And then a complete turn, of course, is 360 degrees. Alright, so 0 would start from here. Good. So 90, 180, 270. And then 360 for the complete turn. Now, so the bearing of B from A. So you always establish where you're coming from. And technically speaking, when you say from A, it's really from the north. Alright, so you're taking the angle from the north of A. So we represent it. So from A bearing of 40 degrees. Now here's coming from 0 to 40 now. Here would be 90. I should draw a line there. A horizontal line, that would be 90. So 40 degrees is just about less than half of 90. So even though you're not drawing a diagram to scale, at least you want it look practical So somewhere about there. Alright, so you're going in that direction at a 40 degrees angle from the north. Alright, so B would be somewhere here. So B would be somewhere there. And then if you know the distance from A to B, of course you can fill that in. Let's say it's 10 kilometers. You can fill that in. Alright, so the bearing of B from A, you always establish where you're coming from first. Alright, and draw a north line from there and take the angle from the north, bring it to B. Let's try some others in the next video.